Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. So this is my second brand destash video, and because I haven't got a lot of Orlys and Zoyas, I've just got a kind of handful really of each, more Orlys than I have Zoyas. I've decided to do both brands together. Yeah, so hopefully this should still be fairly quick. I've got like a box full of them here. I've also got these three. I'll start with these three. I've not worn them yet and they're in my rack over here to be worn this month. I doubt I'll be destashing this. This is in the navy. This one is Chantilly Peach, which I'm not too sure about. I have swatched them on the swatch wheel and it seemed okay, but I don't know, I'm not sure. This one looked great, and this is Buried Treasure. These were three of the 75p Fragrance Direct Orlys that I picked up recently, so I'm definitely going to be trying those this month. These are two Orlys that I'm definitely keeping. I've used quite a lot of this. This is a duo set that Loopy sent me, Loopy Frog. And I haven't used them both together, but I've definitely used quite a bit of the white. It just looks white there, but it's called paper, what is it, Sign the Scrolls. So it's a kind of paper white. And this is a really pretty green holographic topper, so I'm going to be keeping these two. I'm also going to keep this glitter topper from Colour Blast. This was sent to me by George and it is a really pretty spring topper. Okay, ones that I know I'm going to keep. So this is Orly Snow Cone, classic one coat blue that can be worn like any day, any time of year. It's just a real staple. So keeping that, and this is a really great formula and a great colour. This is Feeling Free, which is one of the Orly breathables, so I'm keeping that one. Okay, I'm also going to be keeping Rage, one of my favourite metallics. This one I'm definitely going to keep. This was sent to me by George and it's a very pretty foil kind of turquoisey blue. And yeah, turquoise colour flip. This is a really old one. This is called Violet Blue and I have actually used quite a bit of it and it's a really nice polish. There's a bit of a kind of duochrome to the flakes. You can't really see that much on the nail, but I'm going to destash this one. So that's my first Orly that I'm destashing. Actually, I'm also going to destash this one. This is called the Who's Who and it's a blue jelly. And it's nice, actually. It's a really nice formula. I bought this because there was a blue jelly that I was after that I did actually pick up, I think. But yeah, I'm going to destash this one. I've only worn it once. I'm also going to destash Naked Canvas, which is a really pretty nude iridescent shimmer, but I just don't reach for it. This one I'm keeping. It's a great formula and I've used quite a bit of it. This is one of the Orly Quos and this is called Head in the Clouds. Yeah, as you can see, I don't have many Zoyas at all. These two, I think I'm definitely going to keep this one because I bought a pair of trainers last summer that were exactly the same colour as this. It's a really, really bright coral neon, so I'm definitely keeping this one. I'm just trying to think. Orange Punch, I'm going to keep that as well. It's a real bright summer orange, kind of basketball orange. I'm not doing too well with the Orlys. The reason that I'm hesitating with this one is because I naturally want to destash it, but it's also a really great polish and I wanted this for ages. But I recently picked up a Bee's Knees lacquer, Why So Salty, which is really similar, but it's got a green shimmer in it as well as the copper flakies. But I've got a feeling the base shade might be slightly, I think it is different. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. Whoa, Orly, I didn't realise you were going to be so difficult. And then I've got two neons. I'm just going to keep these two. This is Thrill Seeker and Vavavoom. And I might destash these two later in the year when I do a neon destash in the summer. But for now, they've made it through the first brand destash. Yeah, that's actually quite disappointing. I've not destashed many Orlys. I didn't do as well as I did with the Barry M's. That's Raven, that I don't use very often, but it has actually got a pretty shimmer. And this is Purity, which is a really good white. I've used quite a bit of it. I think this has probably got quite thick now. Yeah, that was actually quite difficult to take the lid off. Oh no, there's still quite a bit in there. But yeah, that's Purity and Raven, so I'm going to be keeping these two. Okay, this Zoya is a beautiful shade. I don't have anything like this. This is Caitlin, and this was sent to me by Loopy Frog again, by Louise, and I absolutely love this one. Thank you so much, Louise. Caitlin is definitely staying. This is Tauve. I think I've worn quite a bit of it. I think it's probably down to about here. Let's have a look. I can't really tell. I'll try and stand the bottle up and see, but I think it's probably down to about here. I'm going to destash it. I'm also going to destash this blue, another blue jelly. This is called Mira Jane, and this came in a me box, and I was really, again, I'm not great with jelly formulas, but this just seemed to have a really horrible formula. I'll clean that before I put it in the shop, but I'm going to destash this one. It's got a funny smell. Yeah, so I was really excited to get a Zoya, but then kind of disappointed with this formula. So that's, I wasn't doing anything to instill my confidence in Zoya, and I know everybody talks about Zoya being an amazing brand. It's just not been that way in my experience, and I do blame it all on Charisma, which was the very first Zoya that I ever bought. And it was just terrible formula, but these two are an exception for me and will definitely not be going anywhere. This is Zoya Merida and Zoya Dream, and I just love these polishes. These two stand out for me in the Zoyas that I've come across, so I'll definitely be keeping those two. And this is a really pretty blue. This is Mallory. But I don't wear it. I don't wear it, and I do have other blues that are similar to this. I'm going to keep this. I don't like having maybe piles. I mean, I'm just, yeah, this one is Hollow at You Boy, so it is a little bit darker than that. Do I have something? I'm just going to put it in the destash shop and stop messing about. I don't wear it. This is Mallory. This one I also don't wear, but I don't feel as though I can get rid of it because it's it's Zoya Claire, and it is actually quite a pretty polish. It's a very deep, like brick red, like very, yeah, it's deeper than a blood red, deeper than an ox blood. It's more brown, but yeah, I'm going to keep this one. And then I've got Zoya Aggie. I don't wear this. It is a pretty polish and it is kind of duochrome, but I've got much better duochromes than this. I've actually got one of the Oh So Shifty's Hard as Nails that's kind of similar to this, but just much better, so I'm going to destash Aggie. And I'm also going to destash Charla, which is another really pretty polish. This one I picked up because of Yuki at Warm Vanilla Sugar used to talk about this being one of her favourites, and it is a really pretty glass fleck. I've worn it a couple of times, but I just haven't reached for, and I don't tend to reach for Zoyas, so I'll be, I don't mind destashing this one at all to free up some extra space. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Really dismissive of this brand. I saw an email the other day and it was like 35% off. I think it was Nail Polish Direct if you spend £30 on Zoya. And I did have a look, and I had a look at the spring jellies. And I just, in the end, I just thought, yeah, there are other polishes that I prefer to spend my money on. That sounds awful, and I'm not bashing Zoya, but I know it's a really great brand, it's just one that seems to have evaded me. This is Charlotte, and I'm going to destash. Well, so actually the only Zoyas that I'm keeping are the two scattered holographics, the black and the white, and Caitlin and Claire. I've only got 6 Zoyas, wow. And I'm going to be destashing 5. That's really quite a surprise. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm left with. There's still quite a lot of Orlys, and I may end up destashing the peach one, and the neons may not make it past the neon destash. But yeah, I seem to have more of a soft spot for Orly than I do for Zoya. So here are the Orlys that I'm destashing, just 3 of them. And again, here are the Zoyas. I feel really bad for Zoya, but sorry. That's just how it's going to have to be. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!